Hi guys, Jason Myers here, participating again in the HORRORman's slashback Saturday challenge series, week 9, animals. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday again. I chose The Hills Have Eyes, the remake. I chose this because the theme was animals, and this movie has the most beastly of the animals. And really no pun intended there, but the animal I'm talking about is Beast. German Shepherd. There's actually two German Shepherds in this movie that play a big, huge role. You got Beauty and you got Beast. Love their names. Very cool. This is a made 2006. This film is a remake of the 1977 cult classic The Hills Have Eyes. That was written and directed by Wes Craven. This remake was directed by Alexandre Aja, who I'm a huge fan of, especially his earlier work. This was his follow-up to High Tension, who somebody reviewed that, I think 2 weeks ago, and that's just a great movie. This movie is in my top 5 remakes. It might be my favorite remake. Probably more like top 3 remakes, because I really love this movie. I love the cast. You got Vanessa Shaw. You have the great Ted Levin, who I'm a big fan. He played Buffalo Bill in the Silence of the Lambs movies. Very underrated actor. Well, I have his name up. I rewatched a movie with him in it. It's called Bullet with Tupac Shakur and Mickey Rourke, and he steals every scene he's in that movie. So if you like Ted Levin like me, check that movie out. That being said, this movie it's about the Carter family who's in the New Mexico desert traveling to California, and they stop at a gas station and they're given the wrong route, and their truck and their little fifth wheel is disabled by this cannibal family that lives in the hills, and they're tormented. This movie has really good suspense. There's that scene after they take Big Bob. That's Ted Levin. I love it. It's Big Bob. I love that scene. When they reveal themselves to the rest of the family, and they're in the trailer tormenting Vanessa Shaw, and the mother, the Carter mother, she figures out what's going on. The realism of that scene is it's really impactful. Like I said, this movie is just awesome. The hero in this movie, Doug, you don't, in the beginning of the movie, you just don't see him being the hero. Like, I remember watching this. I had seen this before I ever seen the original, and I didn't see that coming. Like, I thought he'd be one of the first ones killed off. He just seemed like that type, but he really steps it up. And the reason we chose this is because we were talking about animals. So we're going to go back to Beauty and Beast, who are the two German Shepherds. And Beauty's killed off really quick because after their vehicle's disabled, Beauty gets out and is killed by one of the cannibals. I think he's killed by mercury. And then it's awesome when Beast gets loose later on. He finds the corpse of Beauty, and it's almost like he's this... Beast is like this hero. I mean, he just takes over. Without Beast, the Carter family, the remaining of the Carter family, they're dead in the water. I mean, the real star, beside Doug, is Beast. Because, Beast comes through. If you think about it, he kills Mercury. He helps Doug find their camp. He kills that one guy with like the neck, or no, Doug kills him. But he kills that one guy that's in the wheelchair. That part's just awesome. After he saves Doug when Jupiter's got him. He has him, and he comes in and bites his arm, and then Jupiter, being that like just beastly of a man, like kind of throws Beast through, but it saves Doug to where he can make his final move. And I always like that final move Doug makes, because it's a reference to True Romance. He pulls the Alabama, where he's just defeated, and Jupiter, he's just full of himself, and he's got the pick to Doug's head, and he's on his knees, and he raises up that the sharp object, and instead of like stabbing him for the heart like what Alabama does in True Romance, he goes right for his foot, and then he makes his final move, which is just, I just love that scene. Actually, this whole movie I love. Another actor that's in this, he's got a smaller role, but he probably has the most sinister face I've ever seen in movie history, and that's Billy Drago. He was in like a lot of 1980s Chuck Norris movies. He just looks villainous. He has a small role in this, and it's really good. But overall, I really adore this movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's The Hills Have Eyes. And like I said, Beast is a beast in this movie. He just brings it. The whole movie is just awesome. So that being said, this is The Hills Have Eyes, 2006's movie. Nothing bad to say about this movie overall. I love this movie. And I feel like the sequel to this it was a little rushed. It came out like a year later. A lot of people hate that movie. I really kind of dig it. I think it's a pretty fun movie. It's not nearly as good as this film, but it's good nonetheless. A little underrated if you ask me. But check this one out if you haven't seen it. It's The Hills Have Eyes. Most people have, but got to bring it to the table because it has the most awesomest dog of all time, in my opinion. That's Beast. All right, guys. Have a great Saturday. Later.